that's a vital thing that like everybody keep missing. I'm like, I made it as clear as I possibly could that when it comes to like the persecution on my life, everything that's been happening, and I speak as a victim, a personal first-hand witness, and just somebody who, with my cross in my Bible, was forced to like persevere through the darkest times that I've ever known. That's actually the only life I've ever known is this, and as everybody know at this point, it's been going on far longer than I've been able to keep track of it, and so the situation is whatever happened in my life with all this, everybody know that it was a part of a larger situation. It was a more sinister racial hate crime, justice inequity. It was pretty much, I'm being subjected to something different than the next person is for, reasons that the next person aren't. You feel me? Which is weird because just like, for instance, I'm an artist, I'm an author, or original literary author with extraordinary talent. It's people who are, okay, you feel me, like in what they do, and they're good in whatever they do, but they're not being subjected to this thing. No accusations or lies or anything could be used to justify what's been happening to me. You sat here and watched, injustices, racial hate crime, jealous artists, all this stuff already reported 3 years ago to the highest you could go. You seen them weaponizing and destroying all of my sustainability in everybody's sight. I feel like that even this time in history is being taken advantage of by the lands. I feel like that the things that's happened to my life, the structures, just pretty much the lands, the things that happened to my life was because of my religion, of Christianity, because I'm a Christian. And that's going to tell you that the land's not what it think it is, Because, for this situation that had been snowballed and, the power is in the hands of the people, I told all the people what was going on in my life all year long since 2015, the whole time. But that's something different, Well, my thing is, if everybody is going to like, or going to impose people on my life, or allow certain people or places or things to be imposed on my life, and forced on me, then I feel like, then long as they protect me from the applications and misrepresentations, that will come from that, you feel me? Or otherwise that's framing to commit murder, you feel me? Against me. After already 7 years long of, illegal, unconstitutional, organized harassment and attempted murders, larceny, all together, not a coincidence. Larceny, attempted murder, and all this, But I just don't see a way how society think that, it could come out this, with the name of God still attached to it. There's no way possible. Because, I feel like that's what's happened. Like, things being allowed and justified for that reason. I already talked about this at every single place at establishment. Look at all my recordings from last year, the year before that, the same attack on sustainability, the same attack on livelihoods, the same invasion of privacy or stalking. It couldn't have been because of no accusations anybody put against me, because my testimony, also national and viral, the whole time, it prevented all that. Even years ago, I disprove all the slander, defamations, character assassinations, all those things that people put against my life. I ended that. It's an egregious situation. Like, what else can you do? Extreme hate, man. And that's all I know, But my faith still stay in God, and they try, so hard every year, all year. You got Antichrist militias and that's working with these artists, singers and people like that. They try every year to make my life, as unbearable as they can in society, just for inches that people that they were fond of, were involved in fraudulent activity. Like, that's not my problem. But they punish me for the evil that their favorites do, which don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm talented and great. And I mean, everybody allowing it to happen. So as long as they are, it's not under God. It never can be. You know what I'm saying? Ever. I mean, justice. I mean, what? My life matter. Christian lives matter. You know what I'm saying? Black lives matter. I mean, the reason people saying it, or the reason it's such a deal now, is because just for instance with my situation, but it's been like an absolutely gruesome persecution of a person. So bad that, words, it's hard to put into words. It's been going on for over 7 years, and, the whole time, it's been an absolutely, morbid situation. You know what I'm saying? For over 7 years straight. And this is right there in plain sight for the whole country to see. You know what I'm saying? They know I'm of God. They know I'm from God. They know, and then they still letting this happen. So it's like, so they degrading the quality of my life. They still illegally interacting with me. They should have no access to me before the crime that they've already been witnessed to have been involved in and disclosed to the whole world. I mean, it's weird. Like they're doing this. America is crucifying Jesus Christ and just using excuses to get away with it. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I feel like because it was already a pre-existing situation, and then every year it carry over. I'm not saying certain people was not incorporated in it, if they contributed to it. Whatever. But there's no way possible that this situation could have ever snowballed or got any worse, or could even still be the situation because of the amount of information being disclosed to the public, national and global. It's just people have no interest in Jesus, so they got to keep that energy forever. After my time in the earth over, they can't keep going under God. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what they did. You know what I'm saying? Even quote unquote inadvertently, or you know what I'm saying? So my only interest is about art. People trying to steal my priceless arts. You know what I'm saying? That's what my interest is. If they put all these other people in, then you got people admitting they guilt. It just ain't nobody there. Literally, nobody care about, this black life and this black art. You know what I'm saying? This art of, personally, I'm colorless. I don't care, but this situation calls for that. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what's under attack. You know what I'm saying? For reasons as superficial as that. You got people that's committed attempted murder and murder, you know what I'm saying, thousands of times throughout the course of these years, like a hunting of an innocent person for their art and their talent. You know what I'm saying? Real life, every day, 365. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody's attention on it, coincidentally. And that's at the moment, at the height of my greatness. So you seen like I saw my stuff I saw my testimonies and stuff being ignored in order to tether me to people. I saw this happen. It was a conspiracy involving, artists and injustices and all this kind of stuff. They were doing this. Like, people were doing this on purpose. And my life shouldn't be destroyed by it because my testimony captured the whole thing in real time. So, they still stalking me to this day, and they trying to, they using, it's like these influencers and all this, like, who are they to tell a man, you know what I'm saying, not to, try to earn a living? You feel me? It's not illegal to earn a living, but you got artists and stuff that got the power and authority to destroy or to destroy a person's life and, sustainability and stuff. You got artists and they could do that intellectually by, manipulating higher ups and, nouns, people, places, and things. They shouldn't have that kind of authority and power. They do. You got artists making these decisions. Artists that already was involved in larceny. You know what I'm saying? And attempted murder. Extremely jealous. You know what I'm saying? Liars. Haters. And they've been given the authority of the whole structure. You know what I'm saying? To do these evils for the last 7 years. You feel me? Against one man specifically. I have no kind of nothing on me. You know what I'm saying? No flags. Feel me? I'm good. I'm a good man. And you know what I mean? They jealous of my talent. That's all it is. They know I'm better than they greats. I'm more talented than they greats. They're jealous. It's their only motive. And then my skin color don't help it because other people be ready for that. And that's the kind of situation it is. It's a racial hate crime. So that's why, it makes sense to say those lives matter. But at the same time, personally, I'm not, Like I said many times before, it's a situation you're forced to recognize and acknowledge. You know what I'm saying? Look, it took me over, I don't know how long it took. It took me a long time before I, acknowledge and accepted the reality to which was I'm gonna destroy my life. That's the world we live in. But I mean, it's a battle I can't fight by myself. I've been doing that already, in the physical world, rather. That's a situation. So I already said it's a pre-existing situation. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, I mean, this attack that's on my life, whatever anybody said, they was working as part of something larger or already longer and larger, far more sinister, pre-existing, campaign with the same intentions on my life specifically. And they follow and carry over all year, every year. No matter what I'm doing or where I go, I still get harassment. I'm still getting, discrimination. You know what I'm saying? Racial and religion-based discrimination. But it's for me specifically because of my immense talent. So the next black man might not get the same kind of discrimination I'm getting, but I'm still getting it. You feel me? Illegally in my, to my various parts of my life and things. You know what I'm saying? Getting sabotaged. I mean, it's torture. They already know the emotional distress that they already input on me, and then they worsen and compounded me with the nitpicking and, it's harassment. It's like bullying. You know what I'm saying? Bullying in society, bullying in sustainability, bullying in, art is like, it's been like one of those situations, like every year, all year, and I mean, it just, I didn't understand how it could still be, But I mean, that's the only life I know, though, But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's been a larger, far more sinister situation. So I'm like, well, I mean, it wouldn't make sense. Like, nah. And so that, and then, and so I already explained, these nouns, structures, artists, malicious, injustice, the parts of those things that hate God, you know what I'm saying? All this been trying to kill me for my literary talent. So their favorites can have it and get away with it, absorbing my stuff. And to prevent me from ever pursuing justice behind it. Because they know I'm in progress actively of pursuing justice. But I'm doing so in a way that I'm comfortable and safe with, which I have earned because of the magnitude and gravity of what I've already gone through. And what I feel comfortable with, knowing the danger and the crime that I've already, exposed to the whole world and country. Feel me? So, I mean, you see it's a constant attack on me, And that's what, it's a racial attack on me. And they set me, and it was a thing. They're trying to literally destroy me for no reason but my talent and my massive impact for God. It's like it's insane. So that's why people say things like, my life matter, our lives matter and stuff, And that's the situation. This situation they've been premeditating. This was pre-planned. Okay? Pre-planned. You feel me? This way, they've been doing this on my life since I was young. This was already premeditated. It's been like a organization or a band or some type of, nouns or whatever. This been like a ongoing situation. The whole time they've been doing this. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who they call it. The fact that everybody's still letting it happen after so many years. And that means the whole country Antichrist. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, somebody, got the ability to make a difference in the life of a person that's been wrongfully and brutally tortured and terrorized, for superficial factors, and it's so insane that they don't care that, people don't understand the gravity. This is like an all or nothing situation. Most people don't really care. Those that's doing this don't care about, if the whole world say, Black Lives Matter or something like that. When it comes to attack on my life, they're still here like super glue. You know what I'm saying? I'm a prime major priority of these Antichrist, or these Baphomet, entities and nouns. They're extremely jealous. So they premeditated this, and my life's still like under the same attack. They're destroying my ability. They're trying to commit murder. Destroying my sustain. You know what I mean? They do all this every year, all year. I tell the world every year, all year. I mean, it's still the same. You don't understand. Like, this is not a normal attack. What they telling you is not what they doing. You feel me? What they're telling you is not what they're doing. And I mean, I can't ignore the fact that it did have racial origins, upon the onset of it. You know what I mean? But it's also, that's not all it was though. But it's a major part of it. But it's also religion based, and it's just people that trying to steal my stuff, my priceless valuables. You know what I'm saying? My arts. So they've been trying to kill me every year. So it's been a collusion between all of them, everybody, like all of them. And it's like nobody in the country or the planet got any kind of, can help me. Like, I mean, what else can I do? Like, I mean, they doing stuff in my personal life when I make these recordings. Like, it's weird. That's implying I'm being stalked still. You know what I'm saying? They're lying on me still. Even though the lies disprove, they're still acting on the lies as if implying that they're still true. That you can't, I mean, how can you defend yourself against that? You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's a framing. It's racketeering, and you know what I'm saying? They involved in gang banging, structures and stuff like that. They lying on you, knowing that it's lies, and doing everything to try to keep everybody else's perception of those lies are true or something. Like, when they know better. They right there remove this whole society from under God forever.